Hi, I'm Rudy.
Yeah, I'm Zoe.
Thanks for joining us on our new podcast and YouTube channel where we discuss things we like.
Things such as video games, movies, TV shows, and of course, drinks. All the things entertainment is going to be talked about here, and we're glad you could be here with us.
Episode 2 of Things We Like. We like to binge watch.
I wouldn't say like to. I think after last year, most of us was left without a choice. It was either binge watch or blow your own brains out of boredom.
So binge watch or die.
Yes, that's the name of this episode, guys. Binge watch
Binge
or
watch
die.
or die.
Today's episode, we are going to be discussing stuff that we binge watch, stuff that we suggest to binge watch, stuff that we probably wouldn't binge watch, and then we're going to discuss streaming service dumps an entire series that we season at one time versus weekly episodes coming out.
And then we'll do some games and probably figure out what our perfect platform would be. What have you been watching?
Okay, so the first thing I actually binge watch, and this was actually before the pandemic. I can't remember exactly why I was off work at this point, but
You were binge watching before it was cool.
yeah, well, why was I off work when I was binge watching this?
Mm.
Anyway, it don't matter. I binge watched Lucifer on Netflix.
Oh, yes.
It's based on the comic book The Sandman by Neil Gaiman, but it has absolutely nothing to do with the comic besides the characters' names. So if you read the comic, if you haven't watched the show and you go into this show thinking it's gonna be like the comic, it's not gonna be like the comic at all. The character Lucifer, played by Tom Ellis, I believe that's his name. Yes, he's actually a really good actor though. He actually exudes the suaveness and the swagger you would think the fallen angel of temptation of darkness would have, while still actually being pretty damn funny. I don't want to give away too much of the show, but it is definitely worth a watch. The first season is it's kind of a drag because they kind of go episodic murder mystery and stuff with like trying to ease it to the characters and whatnot. So it kind of drags down the first season, which is only 13 episodes, like your traditional season of a TV show.
Mhm.
It starts really picking up in season 2 when they start getting to more like the mythological side of everything, and you start like seeing other angels and you start seeing other demons and stuff, and you start getting into the whole aspect of heaven, hell, and earth, and how humanity fits in and whatnot. So yeah, totally worth a watch. Gets my recommendation.
Hmm.
Started off as a Fox show. Fox canceled it because it's Fox,
Yeah.
and Netflix saved it.
Back when they used to be in the saving business.
Yeah.
That's a good one, yeah. And say the one we've been watching too is a Netflix one as well. One we got real heavy on was Sabrina.
That's
Yeah. So we have a bad tendency of starting a show and then leaving it off at some point.
Yeah.
So we basically went on storming through and watched it all the way through to the series finale.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It's definitely on the same level that Riverdale is. So it's got a lot of that, but sometimes you just need something different.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Easy, terrible shows are there because they're good at the end of the day.
So now my next show, I watched the first few episodes of the first season when it was coming out, and then decided to binge all of it when it made it to HBO Max finally. Titans.
Oh, okay.
Really like that show. If you're looking for a DC show that's not CW-esque,
All right.
don't get me wrong, I like the Arrowverse when it first started, and I love the Flash, but them shows are really bogged down by the simple fact that they come on network TV.
Yeah, that hurts them.
Yeah, Titans is actually a really good show. What they do with Dick Grayson and his evolution from being Batman's jaded sidekick to his own hero, his own man, is a really good journey for him. Which is something that it's very rarely ever touched on in the comics at this point.
Right.
Because he's been Nightwing for so long. He's been Nightwing since the fucking 80s. So
yeah,
it's like you hardly really see him complaining about being Robin anymore because he hasn't been Robin for 20 years, 30 years. Yeah.
That's funny that you say that because that actually brings me to our next one. Pennyworth. Alfred.
Pennyworth, Alfred Pennyworth.
Alfred Pennyworth. Pennywise is the demonic clown.
He's the clown, right?
Yeah. Don't get it mixed up. Yeah, so very different, especially in the latest season, because at first you just get the regular London post-war vibe. He was part of SAS, Special Forces kind of thing, and it's like him just being, a young badass kind of thing. But
Okay.
now it's like they got to the point where it's like an alternate history, Civil War type thing going on, and he's in the middle of all of it again. So not your regular
All
old
right.
Alfred.
I mean, Alfred was. I mean, they like retconned him to being a pretty badass. Like he used to
That
be
they
part of
did.
MI5 and
I'm
stuff.
like,
So
that's where we
yeah,
got that awesome line from Michael Caine.
yeah.
That bandit in the forest in Burma. Did you catch him?
Yes,
How?
we burned the forest down.
Burnt the forest. All right. My next one is actually an anime. I binge watched the entire first season of Doctor Stone in about 2 days.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's actually I didn't
Same
think I was
here.
gonna like it that much, just for the simple fact of what it was, the premise behind it.
Mhm.
But it's actually it's a really good anime, and like all the science that's used in it is actually real science. Like it's none of that oh, it's science, but it's Hollywood bullshit science. No,
Oh yeah,
everything that he does, you can actually do in real life.
it's more like Mark Whitney science.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been watching that one too. That's a great one. You know,
yeah.
what's funny is I played Civilization so much. So when they start doing their tech tree thing, I'm like, I know what you're doing. It's like I had a poster of that just so I could follow along in these games. Oh, that's funny that because I also had another anime on my list that was binge watching. The Lupin's the third, fourth, and fifth seasons. I think they were doing, or is it fifth and
Okay.
sixth? It was fifth and sixth. My bad. Yeah, because I just have not been watching them regularly, so it's just like, oh, there's like 20 episodes now.
Just trying to catch up.
Time to catch up. That one season that they had was not very good when they were in France, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
But when they fast forwarded them to being in Italy instead for the fifth, definitely picked up again. Had a lot of that classic vibe brought back. So I need to see if they had any more in there that I might have missed from catching up. And then I'll be caught up again until they start making new ones.
Show that I watched, binge watched a couple of weeks ago, Saved by the Bell.
Yes.
The
Zach
new
Morris is
series.
trash.
That was actually really good. That was better than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh yeah, surprisingly good.
Yeah.
If we can get an honorable mention.
For Dustin Diamond, rest in peace.
That too.
Dustin Screechy Diamond.
Yeah, I was hoping that we would have had him on there.
Yeah. But yeah, just watching the old characters interact with the new characters. The simple fact that Zach Morris somehow became governor for trying to get out a speeding ticket. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Which they said at the very beginning of the first episode is just amazing.
It's an awesome little montage to get there.
So Zach Morris, it doesn't even make any sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say for the same kind of retro flashback though. The reunion from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh yeah,
that was
really good.
That was a great watch.
That actually had me tearing up a little bit, especially the James Avery tribute. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that was definitely a good watch. I watched that at work as soon as it came out.
No.
Like I was waiting for that.
Like, yep, there is no preparing yourself for that one.
No.
Yeah, between that and the original Aunt Viv, there was like, nope, there was no getting out of there with dry eyes.
No, yeah, no. They really knew what they was doing to tug at your heartstrings on that one.
And they earned it. They earned it. That's those once in a generation type shows.
Yeah. All right. That seems like that's mostly all the shows I binge watched. Well, newer shows.
Assuming that you've been watching Disney stuff as well.
Can you binge watch Disney stuff? I mean, let's be
not well. Not well. Like we're talking about teary eyes. Every other Disney movie is a tearjerker now.
I mean, I clicked on Disney Plus to binge watch Boy Meets World, but you know,
I'm at the movies.
Oh, okay.
It's like we had it towards like a month of torturing ourselves watching. What was it? Coco was one. Then there was another one. The Magic one.
They all trying to get Oscar nods, and you know
they are. Oscar That's how you do it.
You got to make somebody cry like you stabbed them or something.
But at least they got away from that with some of the with the WandaVision stuff. Now that we're getting some real original material on there, which
like
we weren't expecting from Disney.
Honestly, it was. And I think this will probably be more so into the dump versus the staggered argument, which we'll probably just jump into it. No, that's the next step. We really talk about stuff that we should binge and should.
Yeah, and if you haven't started on it already, do it. You got like what, they're on 7 or 8 now.
Episode 8 is next week. There's only 2 episodes left, so if you was going to binge it, this is a good time.
So as of recording, yeah, they're getting towards the end, so you can go right through them all at once if you like that, if you're some sort of animal, or you can space them apart if you want to think things over between each episode, because they get some twisty mind benders in there.
Yeah. So stuff you should be binging, stuff that I heard was good that I need to binge personally. I need to watch the new season of Cobra Kai. I have not watched it yet.
I've stopped after 1 and did not get back into 2 yet. I should force myself. Maybe I'll pick up again after the first couple episodes on that.
Look, all I know is that they say it's season 4. Jason David Frank, aka Tommy the Green Power Ranger, is actually gonna be in the series.
Okay.
So that's good enough for me to jump back in and see,
you done sold me on it
and see what leads to him showing the hell up.
He's gonna bring the pain. That's all we know.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Welcome to my nightmare.
That was a line from the movie. If you guys didn't know, good movie. Not really. Was not really a good movie. We'll have a whole segment about just terrible movies later.
Yeah, terrible movie part 2.
The Electric Boogaloo.
Sure, why not? That'll be the top of the list. So,
all right. So, any show you feel like you need to binge that you haven't yet?
Things I need to binge still. There's so many shows. But the top one, I know there's a couple of Adult Swim series I need to get caught up on. Like Attack on Titan for one.
Yeah.
Because I saw some clips and I'm like, the hell's going on now? So now I'm like curious again. After I lost my interest, I'm curious once more.
All right, that's a good one to binge.
But otherwise, I think I don't have any of them that are like out already that I need to see right away. Unless I want to catch up on Grand Tour, but it's kind of annoying to watch 3 old guys get to go traveling around the world when you're stuck at home. So
yeah, I can imagine
it doesn't quite have the same charm.
Yeah, most definitely. Binge versus staggered. How do we feel about that? Would you rather have a show come out all at once, or would you rather have it come out episodic weekly, like shock, awe, thundercrackle, scariness, like they used to do on TV?
I think it depends on the type of program itself.
Yeah.
But in general, if you had to lump them all up to where everything's weekly or everything's all at once, I'd stick with weekly.
Good. Excuse me. I can agree with that.
A handful of shows that need that.
Yeah. It's some shows that need to leave you off on a cliffhanger per week in order to bring you back.
Right.
Yeah.
That, and I think with the way that COVID and everything's been, just having that something to give you a sense of what day of the week it is helps a lot too.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just kind of gives you an anchor.
But at the same time, I can see the merits behind it all dropping at once. Like, honestly, a series like WandaVision, I feel like either the episode should have been longer. If the episodes was an hour each, then the whole them coming out staggered would be better.
I think it would help.
Then you get an hour to explore a little bit more of what's going on in the world, and just basically it gives you more of an opportunity to absorb what's happening, because it's like
right.
The episode starts, you figure out what time setting they in now, what TV show they parrying.
There's so much going on. It'd give you more time.
Yeah, then by the time you get there, the plot done happen, and it's like, well, hell, I gotta watch it again just to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Oh yeah, and then that shows us maybe that's their goal, to make you double check for things you might have missed.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd be more inclined to rewind and check things on a half-hour show than I would an hour-long show.
But I think that's another thing where it's gonna end up when the episode, all the episodes come out, and it might just be me, but when the last 2 episodes come out, I'm probably going to binge watch the entire thing in one go, just so you can put it together easier.
Right. No, that makes good sense to me. There's a lot of movies that have it where after the fact, like, let me watch that all over again just so you can process what happened.
Yeah.
What was it? Sixth Sense was the classic go-to for that, where you're looking for the little clues early on.
Yeah, to see the spoiler, he was,
Blythe
not gonna
Manor
spoil
and
it.
Hill House were another one that were excellent for doing that with too, and those are both Netflix series.
Yeah, like where you like something happens later on, and then you go back and rewatch it and go, I get that now. It actually did tie together. Like, yeah.
That are the little subtle things that you didn't notice in the background initially are there all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's
like Lovecraft Country was good with doing that.
Right, the little hints and references.
Yeah, like how them two certain characters never appeared on the screen at the same time.
Right.
You know which one I'm talking about. Yeah. And then when you get to that one point, you was like, you never did see them in a room at the same time ever. like that makes sense.
I'll be.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah. This is one that probably really helps. It's with Disney again, because they don't believe in following a schedule for some reason. Gravity Falls is one I'd recommend doing a binge watch on.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of those things going on too. Mind you, it's focused at children, but just being able to actually watch that kind of a series in an actual reasonable amount of time does make a huge difference too. Those overarching mystery things always work out nicely for binging.
Yeah, they say it's focused on children. I mean, it's a children's show, but
sometimes
these children's shows.
Hey, at least I'm not all keyed up to watch a kid's show. I'll have you know the Duck-tective has a big mystery element and a lot of humor that goes over kids' heads.
That wasn't it. Like, honestly, like honest to God, I started binge watching Justice League again, and I was watching that, and I was like, holy shit! It was a lot of people getting killed in this cartoon, and I did not realize when I was like people were actually dying left and right. Like people was having sex off screen that they, and it was like this was a Cartoon Network show before Adult Swim came out.
Yeah. Which one was it? Justice League?
Justice League Unlimited, DC Animated Universe.
Okay, yeah, the Unlimited one was theirs. I remember the other one was not. I think the other one was Warner, just Warner Brothers initially.
Oh no, it was both Warner Brothers, but Justice League and Justice League Unlimited only came on Cartoon Network.
Right.
Like the last one that came on network TV was Batman Beyond.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's the one I want to see more of still.
They got the whole series on HBO Max now.
Oh yeah. I meant new ones, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Good luck with that. Like,
I know.
We could hope that's what they're doing with Michael Keaton if he's actually the new Batman. In the
Michael Keaton is old Bruce Wayne.
If he's the new
best thing ever.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that he played Birdman and a bird villain.
Hey, I mean,
Dude's all over the place, and I love it.
All right, so back to binging for me. Dunk versus Stagger.
So I think we're pretty much agreeing that in general, weekly makes a big difference.
I would say weekly make a big difference, but at the same time, it depends on the show.
Right.
The deciding factor for me, binge versus weekly, is how long is the episodes.
Mm-hmm. So let's put it like this. So brand new series of any type of genre being dropped. Do you want them all in there at once? Or would you have the release staggered?
Nah, I would say, again, a series like WandaVision,
right,
where the mystery is steadily building up.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot of people that's going to just wait to get it. Wait to just binge it all at once because, and this also comes down to how spoiled we've been.
Yeah.
Back when it was normal TV and we had to wait weekly for stuff to come out.
Mm-hmm.
People used to discuss the mysteries of a TV show or what happened. In between, it was called the water cooler talk, Monday morning water cooler talk.
And Lost was
what happened on TV.
Poster boy.
Yeah, Lost was the poster boy for that. But now that everything everything gets dumped all at one time on Netflix, and you can binge watch the whole thing and go, now I know the whole mystery.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the whole thing at one time, except for the fourth person who hasn't had a chance to binge watch it yet.
Yeah, it makes the spoilers a lot more common.
Yeah, it makes spoilers more common, which is that irritates. That's one of the big things I don't like about it.
But yeah, it definitely is one that deserves to be around, but probably shouldn't be the norm.
Yeah, And I'm going to go ahead and put this out here. Honestly, God, the only reason Disney don't dump is because they don't have enough original programming at this point.
Yeah, at this
to
point,
keep
it's
people.
basically just
Yeah.
their Disney Vault being open.
Yeah, basically, if they was to dump the entire season of Mandalorian, WandaVision,
Mm-hmm.
and Falcon and Winter Soldier, people would binge watch it and cancel Disney Plus until the next show about to come out. Which is honestly what a lot of people started doing. Was what a lot of people was doing